Oh, 3 off of 5. You mean the,
But if we only have 3 members, you don't base it off of 3, what do you mean you need 2 members?
Hello, Janine.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Hey, Rich, you're looking good.
he can't hear you.
But you can't.
Yes, I can. Is that Bob?
We only have 3 members.
Oh, he did hear you.
Hello, Bob.
We're supposed to have 5.
Right, I know.
Hello, Janine.
I don't know.
Janine, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello, Dustin.
Hello, we're just waiting for Bob. I gotta look something up. His computer's ready, he's just not here. So it'll just be a minute.
Bob Kraus.
Yes.
Okay.
Richard, say something.
Hello, Janine. Can you hear me?
I do, thank you. Just one moment.
Bob, you can hear me? Janine, can you still hear me?
You are You can, you're muted.
Hello, Bob.
Now you're unmuted.
Rich, you can hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
You gonna wave to me? Got
Okay.
it. Loud and
We may
clear.
have to- we may have to use sign language, Rich.
There you go. I don't have my mask on here at home.
Yeah. I don't know why I need one here. I'm the only one here.
Isn't Kraus here yet?
No, he's at home.
Oh, okay.
He's calling in right now.
He doing it on his phone? Okay.
All right, the chairman should be dialing in here any second. He thought it was next week, so it'll just take a second for him to call in and plug in all the numbers. Bob, are you there? Unmute him. Bob, you need to hit *6 to unmute yourself. All right, you're
Okay.
unmuted. I can hear you.
All right.
I know it's a little different doing it from home, but it's your turn to start the meeting.
Who's gonna run it, Bob or me?
Bob is, seeing as he's on.
All right.
Chris? Chris? Huh? Hello?
Bob Krause, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Well, go ahead and start the meeting.
All right. I don't have the agenda before me, but can you do the agenda
I can.
opener?
You
Okay.
called the meeting to order. Was the meeting properly noticed? Yes, it was. We will do a roll call.
Here.
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 All right. We will now stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the
Flag
United States of
of the United
America,
States,
and to the republic for which it stands,
which stands
one nation,
one nation,
indivisible, with
Liberty and justice for all.
for all.
All right, and we need a motion to approve the agenda.
So move.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any objectors? Motion carried.
And now we need a motion to approve the minutes from
August.
August. Thank you.
I move to approve the minutes as written from the August meeting.
Do we
I
have
will
a
second
second?
that.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
All right, at this time, we will start the public hearings. The first applicant today is the Flentye Family Trust. It's a variance permit request. It was tabled from last month. Under section 396-47A6 of the Shoreland Wetland Habitat Protection Ordinance and 405-34E6 of the Adams County Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance to build a deck at a reduced setback to a side lot line on property located in the east quarter, west quarter, section 24, T15 North, R7 East, Lot 2, CSM 5618. Address is 158 County Road I, Town of Jackson. This is a, Bob, you might want to mute.
I'm sorry.
If you mute yourself.
Pardon?
Oh, okay.
All right, that might help with a little bit of the echo.
Okay,
All right, that should help with the echo. This is a request,
okay.
I believe it after the fact. Mr. Flentye, you're on the call, correct? Herb, you're muted.
Okay. What I remember of the diagram that I saw at the last meeting, they are not changing the side offset, are they? They're only changing the distance from that point.
I believe that is correct. Herb, would you like to address that?
Yeah, that's correct. It was 4x8 roughly at the top of the stairs. And I replaced it with a 12x13. I didn't get any closer to the lot line though.
So Dusty, is there the Town of Jackson sheet this time?
Okay, you replaced it completely or you added?
I replaced it completely.
Okay,
But I didn't get any
Herb,
closer to the lot line and no closer to the water.
you're in the same line that you were before, am I not correct?
Right.
As far as water, your setback and your
I'm a
distance
long-
from the
I'm-
property?
Yeah, I'm a long way from the
Okay.
water.
Okay. All right.
So do we have the Town of Jackson's, Herb, did you go to the Town of Jackson meeting?
Yes, and they okayed it.
Yeah, we do have that form. I just
Okay.
couldn't find it in the folder.
Okay.
We do
okay.
have that form. They did not object.
Okay.
And then I did also receive a call from Linnell Lupke. She's an adjacent property, or he is an adjacent property owner, and they are in favor of the project.
Okay.
And which lot is this on? I had a hard time figuring out where this was. Is this where the house is?
No, originally, the lot, Shirley Schultz's house there on the drawing,
Okay,
and mine were a lot apart. And we bought the lot. And we had the lots split. And I
you're in
paid,
lot,
and I bought the extra feet to get the lot line past the stairs.
so you're in lot number 1?
Let me look at the drawing first.
It's just confusing. I'll hold it up.
Because there's 2 lot ones, I know.
He is lot 1.
Yeah.
Which encompasses a former survey map of lot 1 and lot 2.
Okay,
Right.
So on the left side, you'll see the bubble that says lot 1.
yes,
That encompasses the original lot his house was on and half of the middle lot, which is where this is. But once the new survey was done, that middle lot line goes away
okay.
and he owns 1 lot and it's all in the same parcel.
Okay, so this stairway over to the far right over by that dark line, what are those?
That,
Are those stairs down?
those are the stairs, and the top of the stairs is what I changed. And that, the lot line there, right next to where it says lot 1. but
Yes,
It's actually lot 2, okay, but just to the right of it, that's the lot line, my east lot line.
okay.
You haven't changed the stairs, have you?
No,
No, that remained the same from what I can recall from that drawing.
right, it's just a landing at the top.
Yeah,
Okay. Right,
And I made
Okay.
it bigger, and I put bigger
Can I
piers.
ask a question?
okay.
so the neighbor that sent the letter in, are they to the east of you?
Yes, yeah, well,
Okay.
the one that's, I don't know, they both told me they sent something in, but Shirley Schultz, my neighbor to the east, she was in favor of it.
Okay,
And the one you got the letter one is the one further east of that.
okay. All right, thanks.
Okay.
Question, looking at this drawing, going to the south, you're beyond that 4x8 deck. I don't know how many feet that is, but does that impinge on any setbacks?
I don't think so. It's probably 200 feet. You're talking about going south?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's probably, well, it's 202 feet from the lot line to the post they're showing, or the stake they're showing right by the stairway,
All right,
the little circle.
Right.
That's 202 feet away from the highway.
Okay, thank you.
Yep,
Okay.
all other setbacks are met other than the property line setback.
Right.
And the.
Do we have any more questions or comments on this?
no, because it's not going any closer to the line, it's just changing the structure a little bit. I
Yep.
move to approve the request.
I
We
will
need a
second.
second?
the motion.
Okay. Any, all in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
thanks, Herb.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Gentlemen, I wish to apologize. I have the wrong date written down. You'll have to forgive me.
These weeks all run together, Bob.
I guess it's getting old, huh?
All right, the next application is for Matthew Macias. It is a special exception permit request. This is also tabled from August under Chapter 405-12C of the Adams County Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance to build an accessory structure before a primary dwelling on property located in the southeast quarter, Section 5, T18 North, Range 6 East, Lot 15, Roche Waters, Subdivision, at 1388 West 11th Court in the town of Preston.
On a Preston sheet.
What are his setbacks? Is he violating any setbacks?
No, we would, at the time of application and construction, we would make sure that they do meet all required
Oh, okay.
setbacks.
Okay.
Is Matt on the phone? Mr. Macias, you on the phone?
I can't hear you, young man.
Richard.
I didn't get that.
It doesn't appear that he is.
Okay.
Roseberry Funeral Home, are you on here for the next application or this one? You would have to hit *6 to unmute yourself.
Are you talking to me, Justin?
No, there's somebody online from the Roseberry Funeral Home,
Really?
and I don't know if that's the applicant or just an interested person, but if you want to hit *6, whoever's here for Roseberry Funeral Home, just let us know what application you're here for.
Not complying. Well, back to my question, did they go to the town of Preston to get approval?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't have any forms from them.
Then I
Shouldn't
would,
this go through the township first before it comes to us?
that's what I just asked. Then I move, if we don't have the Preston sheet, I move that we table this again till next month.
And gentlemen, to my knowledge, he was on the schedule to meet with the town of Preston.
Oh,
I spoke with the secretary. I have not spoken to anyone since.
Okay. But the meeting never took place. I mean, your involvement in the meeting.
If it did, I had not received anything from Mr. Macias.
well, we need the form to see what the town of Preston said.
Correct.
And again, I again move to table this till next month until we get that form.
We need a second on that motion?
I will second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. We'll table this till the next meeting.
Okay. The last applicant, Michael and Heidi Murphy, it's a variance permit request, also tables from August, under sections 396.9A, 396 chapter 60A 3 and 396.60A 7 of the Shoreland, Wetland and Habitat Protection Ordinance, and chapters 405 13A and 405 34E3 of the Adams County Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance to allow an accessory shed and patio within the 75-foot required setback from the ordinary high water mark on property located on Lot 2, CSM 1295, Section 34, T15 North, R7 East. Address is 372 Fur Drive, and that is in the town of Jackson. And just because Richard's already going to ask, the town of
Thank you.
Jackson does.
Thank you. I'll cross that question off.
Yeah, the town of Jackson did hear this at their August meeting. They did not object.
Yeah.
And I do have correspondence from Cheryl and Bob Hayes. Their address is 376 Fur Drive, so it must be darn near next door.
Okay.
And they are in favor of it. And let me just. Apparently they sent it in twice. Bob and Cheryl Hayes sent 3 different letters in saying they are in favor of it. That's what I have for correspondence. And Mr. Murphy is on the line. If you'd like to give what you want to do.
Sure. Thank you, everybody. Good afternoon. So I'm a property owner on Jordan Lake in the township of Jackson. We have a small old cottage on Jordan Lake. Since 2018, Jordan Lake has been running at extremely high levels. It's basically washed away our 50 feet of beach frontage. And we're working on doing some erosion eradication. So this project that I'm requesting is really 3 phases. One is the stairs going down to the lake are very old, 1950-ish, very unstable. So I'm looking to replace the stairs, lay a cement patio, and do an accessory shed to the east of the existing cabin. There is a shed structure there currently that I'll be replacing with a slightly larger one, expanding, and the dimensions are on there. So I think it's a 16 by 20 accessory shed that'll sit along next to that patio.
What is the current shed dimensions?
It's a great question.
The drawing shows 20 by, oh no.
That's the new one on the drawing.
8 by 12, I think.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dustin.
Okay. And you're not within the setback, I take it, from the lake?
That's correct.
Okay. You have any questions, gentlemen?
I have several. On your drawing, is this to the existing house 13 feet from the lake? Is that right?
It, again, with from the current water.
The new high water mark? Yeah,
Well, the high water, no, it's well outside the existing, high water mark, but on Jordan Lake, the originating high water mark becomes a challenge to identify because basically the originating high water mark is underwater.
sure.
But if you look for actually how far are we off from the lake, we have an elevation rise of about 8 to 10 feet elevation,
Oh.
and then an existing setback of another, again, so 13 feet off of the total water might be an accurate assessment.
Okay, so you have a bank, you have no fear of getting water into the house.
No, sir.
And this stairway comes up, is that come up to a deck or what is that on the east side of the house?
It comes up to just to land right now, unlevel land.
Okay,
And I'm just trying to, I'm going to put up, I'd like to pour a cement patio there to level that off.
okay.
And then go to the adjacent shed.
The shed would be adjacent to the patio you're going to
The
pour.
pad-
or
Correct,
brick, whatever you're going to do.
right.
What's on,
Hey, Richard, can
yes?
we ask for you to pause for just a moment? Mr. Benkowski's having trouble with his computer.
Okay,
We
can-
don't
is
want to
my-
miss anything.
Okay. Is my volume good?
I can hear you fine.
Are we all up and running?
Not yet.
Okay,
Is that Bob?
yes.
Janine, am I still on pause?
What was that?
Am I still on pause?
Yes.
Or we're
Dusty's
still waiting?
working on it. Yep.
Okay, yeah, let me know when I can resume.
Will do.
Thank you. Mr. Murphy, is the lake show any signs of receding?
We were up until until about a week ago when we got the 8 inches of rain, and
Oh, that's right. That's right.
it's back across the road. It's back across Fur Drive again. It's been running across Fur Drive since 2018. There are periodic. Again, for the month of August, we were doing really well, and it did subside off of Fur Drive, but it is now back running across Fur Drive
Yeah,
again.
that big rain, I forgot about that. And this kind of weather doesn't help any with that drizzle.
No. So so when you ask about the water penetration, because it's already running across the road,
Right.
we already know that we're at the high water mark.
Sure,
Because the water's going across the road already.
sure. And you still have a no wake on your lake?
We do. Yeah,
Yeah.
the township had revamped the ordinance until April to review April of 2021.
Oh, wow, a winter.
So there has to be something to be done. I do know at our last Lake Association meeting, there was a brief update that there was a private citizen that is funding an engineering study to bring recommendations. It's back to the Lake Association, hopefully in September, that we can then proceed on through if there's depending on how big of financial situation is, the Lake Association seems to be less than interested in resolving this problem. The counties, the townships feels like their hands are tied. So it's a big problem. And I think the day's going to come where that road's going to wash out, and
Sure.
someone's going to have to do something at that point. So
Right.
All right.
I have a question. regarding that new shed,
Yes, sir.
will that infringe on the 10-foot setback to the east?
No, sir, it will not.
What would that setback be?
I think we left it at 12 feet off the lot line.
Yeah, that was the
Okay,
question.
so-
Go ahead, Bob.
Go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, that
No,
was,
I'm,
that dimension wasn't on there. I was gonna ask that same question. It's 12 feet now where that line is over to the right?
To the lot line, correct.
Yeah, okay.
And then I did have a question. Also, how were the stairs going to be constructed?
Cement, port cement.
That is something that the board does have to take into consideration. The ordinance does allow for stairs to go to the water, provided they are 6 inches above grade. So if they're concrete, obviously they're not going to be 6 inches above grade, so the board would have to approve that request also, or as part of this.
Okay.
Okay.
And these stairs would go right down to the water, you think, Mr. Murphy?
Yes, the last step would be to the just above the be the one step off of the lake shore. I have my boat dock sits right at the base of it right now, and again, we're going to set it right to the base to the existing to where the water sits right now. You can kind of tell it's the originating again that original high water mark is where this structure was built in the 1930s, and you can see where there's a natural ledge there. Where there's a rock ledge, and we're going to build to that existing rock ledge.
Okay.
You know, again, my hope is that the water level piece gets resolved, and I end up with my 50 foot of beach back again, and that
Sure.
becomes less of an issue.
Right.
Okay.
do we need an exception because it's not 6 inches off grade?
No, that would be the variance. That'd be a variance request.
Do we need anything pertaining to the stairs before we pass or deny this request?
That would be up to the committee whether you wanted to attach conditions. I guess from our office's standpoint, as long as it met the rest of the zoning ordinance relating to stairs. And
Okay.
I guess the one other thing I would say is we probably should have some type of like an erosion control plan in place prior to excavation. But you would need to add that as a condition just to make sure.
Yeah, that's what I had that as a
Okay.
note.
I can understand that.
Mhm.
Do we have any more questions? Gentlemen?
I have no more.
I have no more.
All right. I would entertain a motion to deny or accept this zoning.
I would approve, also included in Dusty's comments about, what was your comment on that, Dusty? About
Erosion.
Conforming to the rest of the staircase or stair ordinance and an erosion control plan.
Okay, if you add that to the motion, then I will approve the motion.
Okay.
Just a clarification, so we're approving the project and then including the stairway with the condition that there's an erosion plan. Is that correct?
That is correct, Rich.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll second that motion.
Okay.
Discussion.
Having
Mr.
heard
Murphy,
the
then
motion
you-
and amended. Oh, go ahead.
No, not amended. I just want to point out to Mr. Murphy, he would need to get that erosion plan from the Land and Water Department. Is that right, Dusty?
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Now the motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Mr. Murphy.
You're welcome. Next
All right.
item.
The public hearings are now closed. Those were the three we had for today. We have
Okay.
no correspondence. The next meeting date, we'll try to get back on schedule here.
10-5.
October 5th, does that work for everybody? At 10:30 a.m.?
Yes.
Monday.
All right.
Okay.
So be it. And having completed the agenda, I'll let the chairman adjourn the meeting.
I need a motion to adjourn this meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Dustin, don't run away. I have a question for you.
Okay,
Are you there?
I'm still here.
Okay. On this thing about this patio and this, have you heard, have they made any inroads into meeting with the Board of Adjustment? The one on Lake Mason here?
He has not applied yet.
For
I
the
did
back
meet him-
lot either?
Sorry?
He has not applied for a zoning change for the back lot?
No, it's not a zoning change. He's actually combining the two lots.
Oh, he is going to combine them. Okay.
Yep, and it's easy, well, it's a kind of easy process if you do it on a day-to-day basis. But for somebody who does it once or twice in their lifetime, it takes
Okay.
a little doing. So he is working on it, and I've been working on getting him the right forms.
Okay.
Beyond that, as far as the application for the patio, I did meet him down there and we did some measuring. And because it's an accessory structure, it's not the house, we can't use setback averaging, so he will be applying for a variance through this board.
Okay.
And he'll get me the application. You haven't received that yet, have you?
Okay.
What is
Pardon?
his, I can't, Brighton. Oh, I guess we did get the application, so they should probably be, they'll either be on the hearing for October or November.
Okay. All right. I was just curious as to what the process, what was going on with the process of the zoning, because it was going to be incorporated, then it wasn't. I guess now again it's going to be incorporated.
Yep, that's the way it's about the only way it works. So
Yeah.
that's what he'll be doing.
Okay. Well, again, accept my apology. I blew this. I'm sorry.
We made it
I
work,
hope
and I'm glad you were adaptable.
I'm just glad it worked out as well as it did.
All right. Well,
Look-
I will sign off.
I will look forward to seeing all your smiling faces in October.
Right.